So here we are at another week, and we continue to work through the book of James here together as a church, and this has really been going much better than I ever could have really anticipated, and I'm so happy that people have really been able to get something out of it. But this is the first time that we've really stumbled across something that feels like James is almost repeating himself. In fact, the message for Sunday is, haven't we heard this sermon before? Because it really is the same stuff, but from the different commentaries that I've read and my own personal feelings on this is, I think back to times when I worked at Lancaster Bible College and training different people. And for those of you who are going to be watching this from there, there are times that y'all listen to me, and there's times that y'all did not listen to me. And when you're saying the same things over and over again, and people aren't listening, it can get extremely frustrating. And I think that James is trying to help the people realize here by chapter 3 of 5, look, there's real issues here involving wisdom, involving the different things that you say, the things you say to each other, the things you say about each other. Do you even realize how much of a weapon this thing is called a tongue that you have? Let me read some verses here for you, and this is from James 3, verses 3 through 6 here, and it says, "We can make a large horse turn around and go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth, and a tiny rudder makes a huge ship turn whenever the pilot wants it to go, even though the winds are strong. So also the tongue is a small thing, but what an enormous amount of damage it can do. A tiny spark, it can set a great forest on fire, and the tongue is a flame of fire. It is full of wickedness that can ruin your whole life. It can turn the entire course of your life into a blazing flame of destruction, for it is set on fire by hell itself." It's incredible when you read the language that James is using here when talking about the tongue. You almost want to ask yourself, why in the world do we even have this thing? James really doesn't paint a very pretty picture with using the tongue, but you just as you read over it, it really wants you to really use caution with the words that you're saying to each other, with the things that you think about other people. And I ask the question again that I've already asked: what are you using your tongue for? If you want the answer, all you have to do is you have to look at the fruit that surrounds you. It talks later on in James about the idea of what the beautiful fruit of a tongue, when it's doing good, can yield. But it also talks about the danger of what the tongue can do, and the fruit that produces. And it's a very scary thought, and people around you will only grow in the context of healthy relationships where a premium is placed on peace. And so I ask you this question to end: are there fires that you've started, that your tongue has started, that you yourself need to go, and maybe you need to put out these fires? Maybe you need to evaluate, how did these fires start? It's a question that all of us, I think, can really look at in our own life. Blessings.